Welcome to all of you. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you happen to be at this time, and I'm glad you're all here to join me and experience this session to just exhale a little bit and create some calm and well-being at a time when we're all experiencing continual change, and it's causing many some added anxiety. So for those of you that don't know me well, my company guides our clients to making the people that matter most feel like they matter. I mean, this includes stakeholders such as your employees, your clients, and the like. And based on the work that I've been doing, what I've been listening to from colleagues facing large workplace shifts, social and political unrest, I found a need to develop this short program with Ronnie and provide some tools to help you exhale. I know that if you can exhale a bit, you will be more productive, you'll be more focused, you'll be more engaged, and that's both personally and professionally. So most of our work today is going to be based on this book, Exhale, and Ronnie, our facilitator, will introduce breathwork exercises and movements that can be found in this book. They can be done in workplace settings. We were very specific to select that, as I think that we sometimes all can get caught up during the day and you just need that minute or two, and you don't need anything else other than to find a quiet place to try to just breathe and it'll help you create some overall well-being. Well-being overall, you really need 4 components to help you with that. One is eating well, getting enough rest, enough exercise, and breathing. So there are a few things that we can do to add to the success of our time together today. The first is thinking about questions. As we move through this program, I'm sure you may have some questions, and I'm sure you're all familiar with Zoom at this point. So there's a chat function at the bottom. You are welcome to use the chat function to put a question there, either publicly to everyone, or you're welcome to just send it to me directly, and I will manage that chat, and at the end, we'll have some time for Q&A. There's also a reactions button at the bottom, and feel free to share a reaction if there's something that is pushing you one way or another. We will be recording today's session, so I would ask that you all put yourselves on mute during the session, and that way when we are done, just know that whatever Ronnie has guided us to and shared with us today, I will send a link back out to you so you have some ongoing tools between today's session and to think about and go back to it. So now to our facilitator, Ronnie Wright. Ronnie is a trusted colleague and deeply committed to all things that create well-being, from breathwork to yoga. And she practices and teaches regularly, made trips to India for continuous improvement, and her expertise in this area and presentations will create well-being tools for your toolbox. So in addition to her love of well-being, Ronnie is the vice president of the book company, and that is one of our key supply partners. So with that, Ronnie, I welcome you and just ask that everybody plan to turn themselves on mute. Ronnie?
Thank you so much, Hillary. I am honored and grateful to be here today to share some of the tools that I've learned in my work experience, in my personal life, to help me manage, to help me to be stable and balanced. It's a struggle every day. But about 10 years ago, I found that I was in a place where I needed something more. I was doing a lot of volunteer work. I was traveling. I was busy with my family and friends and just trying to fit it all in. And I found that I thought I needed like physical exercise. So I started practicing yoga. Little did I know that yoga would bring me to breath work, to mindfulness, to being able to listen more effectively, to be able to be more productive, to get more accomplished in a shorter amount of time. It was just really amazing. And I saw these things changing in my life, so I went to more workshops, and I studied with a variety of teachers. I've done a lot of reading. I've been to India twice to understand a little bit more about the background of yoga and breath work. So today, I'm going to introduce you to some breathing exercises, some gentle movement, but overall, we'll be talking about breathing, mindfulness, and then incorporating some gentle movement. Now, the first thing I want to say is if anyone is pregnant or expecting, any twisting postures that we do, please just sit tight and maintain. And if anything hurts along the way, of course, stop. There is no pain in this session. It is all about finding joy and a little bit of understanding of inner workings of our body. So breathing actually requires no effort. We do it all the time, all day, all night. I don't have to tell you that if we don't breathe, we're not going to be here. We'll cease to exist. In the yoga world, they call our breath prana or life force, and it does bring us life. So we're going to work on some things today because also there's science behind this as well. We've got our nervous system that's affected, so our breathing becomes rapid when we get nervous, and we can calm it down by doing some simple exercises. We can reduce anxiety, and we can have all these positive benefits. So it could be invigorating and calming as well, and we'll share some of those with you too. You know, and there's a oxygen carbon dioxide exchange that happens. So there's that particular part of it as well. And I hope that you participate with me. There's no judging here. There's no expectations. I want you to feel and experience the moment. So if you can, with me, sit at the edge of your seat and sit up very tall. You can place your hands gently on your lap or resting by your side, whatever works. But I want you to have a long spine. I want you to press the sits bone into the chair, and I want you to reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. What that does by lengthening that spine, it's going to allow more room for the lungs to expand and contract. So we don't want to move the body when we breathe. We want to allow the body with its elasticity to breathe as we breathe. So all we're going to do right now is close our eyes. So there's nothing that you need to look at or watch. I promise no surprises along the way. Just close your eyes and listen to my cues. Just notice the breath. Don't do anything to change it, to make it stronger or deeper. Just notice your breathing. Notice when the body takes its inhale, and just notice the exhale. All we're doing is just tuning in to our breath. And as our mind is focused on the breath, we're going to expand to the outer edges of our space, our personal space, our bodies, and how we interact with our senses and the world. So behind your closed eyes, you might see some dancing light flashing, or nothing at all. Around you, you may feel the temperature in the room. Is it cool? Do you have a fan circulating? Is it warm? And sound. What sound besides my voice do you hear? Is there buzzing from another room? Is the dishwasher running in the kitchen? Are the kids playing outside? Just notice the world around you. Notice the space underneath you. Think about the space above you, the space on your right, the space on your left, and just be in the moment, be present. And this is also being mindful when you are laser focused with intent, no judgment, no expectation, no thoughts of what happened earlier today, and no storytelling about what may come tomorrow. It's a practice of focusing on you, on being present, being alive, being grateful. And now we're going to turn our attention back to the breath. So we're moving that intention and that attention back into the breath. And now we're going to control and stretch. So as you take your next inhale, really inhale through the nose as much as you can. Fill the lungs with air. And then through the nose, gently release and exhale without moving the body. Just allow the belly, the chest to move. And your next inhale and exhale. And then follow the trail of that breath as you inhale and as you exhale. And again, inhale, always through the nose for these exercises, and exhale. Now, let go of that control and come back to the natural breath. So just notice how you feel. Take notice of that breath. The next exercise we'll do will be a counting of our breath. We're going to equalize our inhalations and our exhalations. So a 3-count inhale and a 3-count exhale. So take your next exhale, and together we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Last one, inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Let go of that controlled breathing. Tune into your natural breath. Notice how you feel. Notice the heartbeat. Notice your body temperature. And now with your eyes closed, rub your hands together to create some friction and gently place them over your eyes and let some warmth seep into the eye sockets. And then move your hands away gently and blink your eyes open and hands come down. So we're going to do a couple of more breathing techniques, and these are right out of the book Exhale that Hillary was referencing earlier. And there's some wonderful breathing techniques in that book for all different times of the day and for all different reasons. The first one we're going to do is called box breathing. So it's equal inhalations and exhalations, but you have a retention where you hold the breath the same amount of time. Now, this is a practice that eventually you'll move up to a 5-count, but for today, we're just going to do a 2-count breath. So an inhale for 2 counts, hold at the top for 2, exhale for 2, hold at the bottom. And we'll do 3 rounds altogether. If you find that you want to move quicker through the exercise, you're welcome to do that, or slower if you want to hold a little longer, but just allow the body to be tall and try to avoid movement. So try to maintain stillness as much as possible. You have the option here of closing the eyes or just gazing off the tip of your nose to a field of vision right in front of you. So let's place our hands on our knees. Let's take an inhale right now to get started. Big inhale. Exhale through the nose. And we'll begin. Inhale for 2 counts. 1, 2. Hold the breath. 1, 2. Exhale through the nose. 1, 2. Hold that exhalation. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2. Hold. 1, 2. Last round. 1, 2. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, hold, 1, 2. Take a deep inhale, exhale, and relax. So the next exercise is one that I love to do, especially when I'm getting ready to go to sleep. It's called Bee's Breath. And I hope you join me and ignore if there's anyone else in the room or if there's anybody nearby, because you're going to make a sound like a hummingbird or a bee. So a sound. And please do it with me because it really is a wonderful breathing exercise. All right, we're going to take an inhale and an exhale first. So ready? Get ready for this. Take an inhale, exhale, inhale. Here we go. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. And breathe normal. I just love that. I love the vibration. I love how I feel afterwards. And it's so easy to fall asleep after doing Bee's Breath. And it doesn't matter how many times you do it, it always feels really good. So we're going to move away from just the breathing practice right now, and we're going to add a little gentle movement. So I'm going to turn to my side. Now, if you're sitting on a chair with wheels, please be careful. I don't want any accidents today. So brace it up against a wall, or if you're more comfortable, you can do this on the floor. But I'm sitting on my chair, so I'm on the edge of my chair. My feet are about hip distance apart, and my hands are on my knees. And if anybody has practiced yoga, they probably heard of the pose cat-cow. So this is a version of that, but you could do it in your chair anytime during your workday. It feels really good, especially if we're sitting in front of our computer for a long period of time. So sit up really tall, and we're going to incorporate our breath as well. So on your inhale, send your tailbone back and lift up and look at the sky. As you exhale, round the body and hold onto the knees as much as possible. Inhale, reverse and arch. Exhale, round the body. Inhale, reach and arch. Exhale through the nose. Last one. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. And then inhale, come to a neutral spine. We'll do a gentle fold, also easy to do at the desk. We're going to inhale our arms up. Exhale, we're going to fold over our legs and let our head hang down. Inhale, we're going to reach back up again. Exhale, hands by your or on your thighs. So let's do that together 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, head down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands on the thighs. 1 more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Now the next pose requires a gentle twist. So place your left hand on the floor and reach your right hand up to the ceiling, but look at your fingertips on your right hand. Breathe for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Arm comes down. Inhale, come back up to your starting position. Inhale, exhale, hand down on the floor. Inhale, reach that left arm up to the sky, looking at your fingertips for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the hands down. Inhale, come back up to neutral. One of the most wonderful things about the twisting poses is that they're detoxifying. They help with digest and rest as well. So I'm going to face you. And so just be comfortable. Your feet can be apart or together. It doesn't really matter. Take your left hand behind you and grab your right bicep. And just drop your right ear to your right shoulder. So you can feel a nice little stretch here. And breathe for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale the head back up to neutral. Exhale, allow the arms to relax. Inhale, exhale, take that right arm behind you. Hold that opposite bicep. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale up, exhale down. Now just place your left hand on the outside of your right knee and take your right hand on the chair behind you. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gaze for 1, 2, make sure you're breathing. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, eyes front. Exhale, release. Take the right hand, place it on the outside of the left knee. Hold the chair behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over the left shoulder for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, eyes front. Exhale, release. So the next pose requires use of our legs. So we're going to draw our left knee up. And then whether you have shoes or not, you could do this. Flex that foot and place it over your thigh. And your knee may be up like this, which is perfectly okay. And then just sit up really, really tall. So this is a wonderful, it's called a hip opener here. And it just is a feel good like nothing else. And if you want to take it a little deeper, you can also fold forward as well. That feels really good. The entire time we're breathing, and then inhale up, hug that knee up, place it back down. Of course, we have to do the other leg. So right knee up, take that ankle, cross it over the thigh, breathe here. If you feel like going a little bit deeper, you could do a gentle fold forward. Remember, you want to feel a sensation, no pain. If there's pain, ease up on the asana, on the pose. And then hug that knee up and then place that down. So the last thing we're going to do is a heart opener. So take opposite elbows and then draw those shoulder blades together as you gaze up to the ceiling. And breathe here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, allow the arms to relax. So that was a little introduction to breathing, to mindfulness, which is staying focused and present regardless of what you're doing. Some people even practice it when they're making their bed, staying very focused on getting everything perfect. Or when they're eating, noticing the food and how the colors are and the taste and the texture. All of that is being a wonderful way to practice being mindful. So I want to thank you for participating today. And again, Hillary, thank you so much for having me along. And I'd love to answer some questions.
Well, Ronnie, thank you. I will speak for myself, but know that just I feel a little bit more calm and relaxed. I did have one question come my way through direct chat, which was, is there a better time of day to do breath work to set yourself up for success?
So that's a great question. You can do breath work anytime. I'm a morning person. I like to set the tone of my day first thing, setting an intention, creating my to-do list, And by doing the breathing exercises first, for me, it sort of gives me a starting point and a foundation for the rest of my day. But as I shared with the bees breath, you could do the breathing work right before you go to bed as well. So there really isn't a bad time of the day to do breathing. I mean, we breathe all day long anyway, but to practice the art and the science and be able to get benefits from the breath work, really just decide. But I suggest that you make time, like we all have to make time for it. So whether it's the morning or it's the afternoon, and then throughout the day, you could just push yourself away from the desk, close your eyes, and take 5 slow, equal breaths. And it might reinvigorate you instead of that cup of coffee that we tend to reach for in the afternoon.
Okay. A second question that I have is, what is a good oxygen saturation target level?
Oh my gosh, that is such a great question, and not one that I feel comfortable answering at this time because I'm not a scientist. However, the book that you have does give some suggestions about that, and we're all different. Because I know in the reading that I've done, there is a technique when people are having panic attacks to breathe in a bag, because the quick breath is penetrating too much oxygen into their lungs, so they need to balance it with the carbon dioxide, and that's what the bag does. But I am not familiar with a target number, at this time. But great question.
Well, thank you. Okay. And then one other came directly to me, which is, if I liked this, what would your suggestions be on helping me think about starting a breathwork practice as opposed to just dropping into something like this or waiting till I'm in knots at my desk?
So talk to Hillary because I'm sure she's got lots of suggestions. But these types of programs are available and accessible. There's a lot of writings out there. There's a lot on the web. I would be happy with Hillary to coordinate specific classes for training, and even training people to be able to do this with their employees and their teams. So, anything that we could do to support you would be phenomenal.
Okay, so that 2 things. I want to be respectful of our time, and those are the questions that were submitted. So I just want you all to recognize that there is actually science behind this, and Ronnie alluded to that. And so there's science behind it. There's some learning. I hope you all will have a little bit better afternoon, feeling a little more stretched, relaxed, and I thank you for your time. It takes a village, and being able to be engaged and focused and productive and feeling safe, it will create well-being both for you and those around you. And like I said in the beginning, with the amount of change we're all facing, it does feel like we need some extra tools in our toolkit. So with that, I thank all of you and hope you have a wonderful afternoon until we are together again.